Altcoin season is finally here, and we're seeing Bitcoin rally to new record highs. Bitcoin has officially surpassed $118,000 per coin for the first time in its entire history. And if we're looking at what's going on, things are just starting to heat up for altcoins. Bitcoin, like I said, hit a new all-time high of $118,000 per coin. And if we're looking at the charts, it is breaking out into uncharted territory. So right now we are in a price discovery mode. We have a support right around that $110,000 per coin range. But other than that, there is nothing stopping us at all. We are in complete price discovery. Now it's just a matter of, how high we're going to go. The one thing that's really bullish right now for Bitcoin is that we are seeing institutions pick up how much they're investing in Bitcoin. If we're looking at what's been going on with ETFs, last Friday had the biggest inflows for the entire 2025. So for the entire year. This is something that's very important because we've seen that a lot of institutions are getting in, and the ones who are already in Bitcoin are just doubling down more and more. One, for example, is like El Salvador. El Salvador isn't an institution, but it's a country, and they have seen nearly $1 billion in profit from buying Bitcoin over the last few years. And now that other countries and other institutions are seeing what's going on with the economy, what's going on with crypto, what's going on with, just Bitcoin in general, we're seeing more and more people come into Bitcoin. That's going to be really, really exciting for us. I think Bitcoin can hit $150,000 to $200,000 per coin this cycle, if not higher. And I think long term, we still could see $500,000 per coin for Bitcoin. Next up is I want to talk about a few major developments that have taken place with Cortex Trade, because Cortex Trade is my go-to platform for AI-powered trading. And recently they've rolled out a number of massive improvements. So the first one is that they moved to a brand new domain name, cortextrade.ai. So it's easier to find everything all in one place. The second is that they also added a detailed performance page for every trading bot, so you can see exactly how each trading strategy works, what it's returned, and what it's built to do. So this makes everything a lot more simple and easy when using the platform. In addition to this, if you check out the homepage, you'll see the influencers and industry experts who trust and use their tech. This is something that I think really says a lot about the platform, because it shows that it's not just a platform that is new, but people are actually using it, and there's proven results. In addition to this, they've polished a full list of all crypto exchanges that they currently trade on. You'll get total transparency. And then just in a few days, they're launching their investor chat where you can connect with other traders, share ideas, and really get questions answered directly. So if you want to see all these updates and check out their platform, I would go over to cortextrade.ai and just really see all the massive improvements they've been doing for AI-powered trading in the entire sector. If we're looking at what's been happening and why we've seen such a drastic rally in Bitcoin, it's because of what's happening with short sellers. We saw that over $1 billion, right around $1.2 billion in liquidations in the last 24 hours alone. And this is over $1 billion just from short sellers. What that means is that most people were saying, oh, Bitcoin's near an all-time record high. It's not going to go any higher. We're going to see it drop back down. It's going to drop below $100,000 per coin. And that's not what happened at all. We saw Bitcoin break through its all-time record high of around $111,000 per coin, and it just exploded higher. It saw a daily increase of around 10%. And that's a really big change when you're talking about, these levels of market caps. In terms of market cap, it's around 2.4 trillion. It's currently larger than Amazon. It's the 5th largest asset in the entire world, like Bitcoin. It's only behind a few big companies, let's say like Nvidia and like Apple and a few others. And so these are all really exciting things for Bitcoin. Another thing that's really bullish is going to be that Trump has been calling for rate cuts. He's been pushing for Jerome Powell, the head of the chair of the Federal Reserve, to have more rate cuts in 2025. We haven't had any rate cuts yet, but he's pushing for us to see potentially 2 rate cuts this year. Is it going to happen? I'm not 100% sure. I think it's unlikely that we're going to have multiple, but I think it is pretty likely that we will see interest rates drop and that the Fed is going to lower those at some point this year, probably in their next meeting. So all of these things are a great recipe for very bullish price actions in crypto. We've seen the S&P 500 in the stock world hit all-time record highs as well. It's all highest closing on record. And so now we're seeing going on with crypto. If we're looking at things outside of Bitcoin, this is where the real money is made. So if we're looking at what's going on, if you're an investor, you need to be invested in smaller cap altcoins. It happens every single market cycle where Bitcoin rallies first, then Ethereum, then smaller cap altcoins. And so now we've seen Bitcoin hit all-time record highs. And yes, the cycle is different, but the real money is going to be made from people who are doing the work now in investing in altcoins, and really people who have been doing the work for the last year or so. You can see that altcoins, even like Cardano, is up 30%. Dogecoin up 30% in the last 7 days. And if we scroll down even more, we'll see that there are projects, let's say like Memecore, which is up 1,200% in the last 7 days. And that isn't going to be a one-off thing. We're going to see countless other projects have these massive, massive gains. Projects that I'm looking at right now in crypto, they're not micro cap projects, but I'm looking at ChainGPT, CGPT. Its all-time record high was around 50 cents per token. I think this cycle, it can well surpass that, get over $1 per token. It's only at a $74 million market cap. Another project that I'm looking is Ordinals. Ordinals was at over it was over $90 per token just a little while ago, and now it's currently only at around $10 per token. So if we look at its all-time chart, you can see it did get to over $90 per token about a year ago. I think it could reach and reclaim that again. Another project I'm looking at quite a bit is Core. Core is a project that I think could easily do a 10x from where it's at. So like when you're investing in crypto, you need to be keeping an eye on these projects, because these are the projects that'll make those 10, 20x gains. You're not going to make a 20x gain from Bitcoin. You're not going to make a 10x gain from Bitcoin. Could it double? Yeah, it very well could double. But if you want to make that real life-changing money in crypto, you need to be doing your research, finding quality projects that are less than a few $100 million market cap. If you want to go a little bit riskier, I'd put less money into those more risky projects. You could start looking at, $10 to $20 million market cap projects. But if you want something that's pretty consistent and pretty safe, let's call it, for a bull run, I would look at projects that aren't micro cap projects. I would look at ones between that $100 to like $500 million range. And those are the ones I could still see 20, 30, 40x gains without being as risky as some of those smaller cap projects.